Episode 2: The Rise of Golgothicus. The next night, the child was eager to hear the rest of the story. "Who is Arky, the child asked. "Does he fight Golgothicus? Where did Golgothicus live? How do you know all of this?" "We shall see if Arky confronts Golgothicus, the most evil of all inanimati, but that part comes later," the mother replied. "But how do I know all this? Well, in the same way that you sometimes notice that everything around you seems to be something else. How clouds look like animals, and how chairs and clothespins look ready to walk on their legs, and even how father's cork puller can be made to seem a dancing ballerina. Do you recall you once told me that the big bridge in town looked like a dinosaur? In reality, all these things have their secret lives in the world of the inanimati. Archers stand on strong legs and seem to want to walk away, but in our world they are never seen to move. However, in the world of the inanimati, all such things are possible. Now, where were we?" And she continued to tell her child of the fantastic world of all those things we think are not alive. Golgothicus ruled the frozen Northlands with an army of Arky Gothica, yet he dreamed of having more power, the power to construct, to make, to build like the humans can build, the power to change the purpose of inanimati, but without arms or hands, he, like all inanimati, could never create as humans do. For centuries it seemed to Golgothicus that he was doomed to continue his existence as an isolated king-arch in a far-off place, bending weaker minds to his will but frustrated by his inability to create new forms to do his bidding. Then, one fateful day, the heavens intervened. The skies opened, literally, and out of the dark depths of space, what seemed to be a meteor ripped through the clouds and impacted at the very base of Golgothicus with a mighty explosion that destroyed forests as far as the eye could see and left him standing in a crater a mile wide. Golgothicus was stunned senseless. The only thing that prevented him from collapsing was the unique angle of the concussion wave that hit him. In the rarest of coincidences, the force of the explosion broke exactly across the axis of his buttress. The combined strength of all his elements had kept him standing. When he regained his thoughts, he knew he had been changed somehow, but only when the rays of the sun broke through the smoke that hung all around him was it evident what had happened. The great rosone that Golgothicus carried below the groin of his spans had been warped and twisted by the force of the blow. Its glass panels distorted out of plane, and their colors shifted into unknown spectrums. As he flexed his great arching peak, the clouds of dust parted for a moment, and a flash of light streaked through the broken rosone, shattering the darkness as it changed to a brilliant beam of red light. Where it touched the ground in front of him, there occurred a blinding shower of sparks, and out of the still streaming clay, a pair of bricks were sintered into existence. They trembled before their master. Golgothicus slowly awoke to the realization that now he too had the power to make. His mind was overjoyed. How long had he dreamed of such a day? For eons Golgothicus remained in that crater, practicing his powers and blasting multitudes of bricks into rectangularity. Stupid things they were, of little use to him, unless he had assembled enough to work together, causing stacks to jump over themselves and arrange into dark facades called muri. Golgothicus was careful not to let his almost magical rosone be touched or damaged, lest the shape or colors return to their original purely decorative form. He could feel how delicate the setting of tracery had become, and with every blast of light he used to weld together the mud and clay into new bricks, he felt the glass wobble like a loose tooth. But he could not stop himself. The thrill of making was upon him. Soon he would be ready to lead his Arky Gothica against their traditional foes, the Arky Romani. But this time they would have a new and secret weapon at their side, the overwhelming numbers of bricks. Golgothicus dreamed of unleashing his new servants on the world, weaving huge muri across the lands to cut off isolated patches of inanimati, herding them with the swarms of bricks for Golgothicus to weld into new shapes for his sinister uses. The child's mother stopped and turned out the bedroom light. "What does sinter mean?" came a question from someone near the pillow. "It means to fuse together with great heat, and it is how Golgothicus makes his bricks out of the earth around him. But tomorrow we will see what he does with these new helpers." And with that, she said good night and closed the door.